Hey there, fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World, and today we are here on Venice Beach, walking the boardwalk up and down. And today what we have for you are some of the don'ts you should know about the Venice Beach boardwalk, because this is a very popular place for people to come to when they visit Los Angeles, when they're looking for a beach to go to. And I thought I'd give you some hints so you can have a better time if you decide to visit here, okay? And when you come here, one thing I think you should know is that this is a huge beach. It is a very wide beach. There is tons of space here. But my don't for you is don't think there's going to be a lot of space if you come here on the weekends. This place is packed. I'm here on a weekday in the fall and it is empty. I can walk up and down the boardwalk. Don't get a lot of people bothering me. There's plenty of beach space. If I'd actually want to get in the water, it would be fine. But I just want to know is there's plenty of space here during the week. During the weekend, it is full. So consider that when you're looking at times to visit. Also, I think it's also important is don't think you're going to want to stay in the water when you're at Venice Beach. Not because it's dirty or anything like that. It's because it's freezing cold. Look, the Pacific Ocean, the water is chilly, like really chilly. So if you're going to be going in the water, you might want to throw on a wetsuit. I'm just saying, if you got your little kids and they got their little outfits, bring the wetsuit with them. They can play in the cold water and you can get your ankles wet and you'll be okay. Now, when you're coming to Venice Beach, though, the real don'ts I want to talk about are some of the things is when you're walking on the boardwalk. And I'm not going to talk about in the Venice part of the city. I'm just going to talk on the boardwalk because that's where people come. And I think one thing is important for you to know is when you come here, there's going to be a lot of buskers, street performers. There's going to be a lot of people like trying to get you to buy stuff, and they can be a bit pushy. So don't freak out, okay? If someone's trying to get you to take a picture with them or buy something, okay? Keep your wits with you. Don't ever take whatever they're trying to force into your hands. I had a guy trying to make me take a reggae CD. I'm like, dude, I don't even have a CD player. I love reggae, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jamaica was one of the best experiences ever, and we love reggae since then. Played all the time, but, you know, I don't need your CD. He's like, oh, you don't like reggae, you don't like this. I'm like, no, it's just, I'm not in it, thank you though, and just walk away. Because just know they're gonna harass you for those things, all right? Also, when you see the street performers or the buskers, it could be people dressed up, it could be people playing music, it could be people doing whatever. If you're taking a picture of them, don't forget to tip them when you do that, because if you don't, they might harass you as well, all right? So be prepared for that. Have some small bills so you can tip them, take a picture or a video, you'll be okay. Now, another thing you need to realize is here on Venice Beach, you do have a lot of homeless people that will sleep on the beach, or they'll sleep in like the little rest areas that are along the boardwalk. My don't for that is don't mess with the homeless people when you're here. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, drug abuse and mental illness is not uncommon when it comes to some of the homeless population here in LA, and Venice Beach is no different. So do mind yourself and mind your kids if you're walking by. I mean, most of the homeless aren't gonna do anything. They're not gonna bother you, but it's just one of those things you don't wanna like tempt fate, okay? So have a heads up for that. Another don't I have for you is when you're walking up and down the boardwalk, you'll notice there's a lot of scooter rentals, a lot of bike rentals. Don't be afraid to rent a bike and ride up and down the boardwalk. Actually, don't ride up and down the boardwalk, ride up and down the bike path that's here. It's a great way to get some exercise, take in some more fresh air when you're here, see some more of the beach, see some more of the really bad shops that are here. I mean, we're talking like horrible tourist shops, but it's fun to go by. You got Santa Monica right down there, and I can see the Santa Monica Pier, so you have a nice little, you know, bike rental you can do, and you can rent them by the hour, an hour or two. You can go spend as much time as you want. You can get scooters, you can get skateboards. I mean, heck, you could even go and get some surf lessons if you wanted. I mean, it's a possibility. There's stuff you can do here aside from sitting on the beach, okay? Now, if you're not renting a bike, I do have another don't for you, and that is don't walk on the bike path, because especially during the weekends when it's really full of people, or in the evening when people are out doing their evening workouts, you don't want to be on that bike path because you might get run over, okay? And speaking of working out, a lot of people when they think of, you know, Venice Beach, they think of Muscle Beach, where you have the workout stuff, the people getting ripped and swole and stuff. My don't for that is don't think you're going to get a chance to pump some iron when you're there, unless you look like you should be pumping some iron. So just something to have a heads up for. It is cool to see when the people are working out. Just be like, man, I really should hit the gym again. So it is good for inspiration, but you might not get a chance to actually lift when you're there. Also, what you need to realize is actually Venice is named after Venice in Italy, and one of the developers wanted to give it a little bit more of a Venice feel. And my don't for that is, hey, don't forget to look for the buildings that do have a bit of that Venice feel to them, because there are a few buildings here that definitely go, hell yeah, that would fit in Venice, sure, no problem. But also there's actually a few canals you can check out. If you actually go down to Muscle Beach a little bit farther and go in a bit, you'll see a few canals you can check out. So there is a little bit of Venice Italy here in Venice in California. Not a lot, and especially not with the Italian food when you're walking down the boardwalk. But you know, something to think about. And one more thing I think is interesting is when you're here at Venice Beach, you actually do have a lot of planes going by, so don't forget to take in the air show while you're here. I've seen multiple helicopters going by. I've seen planes with the weird, like, moving wings kind of things going by, and of course LAX is right down the way, so you can see some of the big jets taking off, so it is something there. But honestly, Venice Beach, there's a lot of beaches here, so don't think it's the only beach to visit when you come to LA. It's just one of the more popular ones to come to because it's actually part of Los Angeles, okay? So I hope this helps you know a bit more about coming to Venice Beach and what to know about the boardwalk when you are here. So if you're going to come by yourself, or you're coming with friends or with a family, you got a little bit more heads up on your visit. Anyway, if you want to learn more, we've got little short don't videos for different parts around LA. We got one for Beverly Hills, we've got one for Hollywood, of course we went for a big overall one for LA that I do recommend you watch to help you get better prepared for being here. Also, we have a fun mistakes of visiting LA video that we made, actually right down the beach over there. So do check it out on our website at woltersworld.com, and we hope this helps you get ready for your visit to here in LA. Bye from Venice Beach.